Flirting doesn't come naturally to most men. I mean, and why should it? When you were younger, no one was around you saying, here's a great flirting line, use this. Point being, it's not your fault if you cannot flirt well. But the few lucky ones who can easily flirt with beautiful women without coming across as creepy or desperate have the most success in dating. These guys can walk up to almost any woman they like in any environment, engage her in a fun, flirty conversation, and walk away with a number, a date, or some just directly take them home. These guys have endless options in their dating lives because they can easily attract almost any woman. They never have to compromise or make compromises or settle for someone that they're not particularly thrilled with. So in this brief video, we're going to explore what these guys do differently than most men, what they know about interacting with women that other guys do not, and how to replicate the success that these guys have with women. So you too can have endless options in your life with women. You too can walk up to any girl and have fun, flirty conversations that lead to hot dates and steamy sexual adventures. What I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes might just be the biggest and most important key to flirting with women. So if you understand this one thing alone, you will instantly have a massive upper hand over most guys out there, and you'll see an immediate shift in how women respond to you. So stay tuned and watch till the very end. So trust me, you don't want to miss a single second of this short but powerful video. And with that being said, let's dive in. I'm Marni, and from here on out, I am going to be your very own personal wing girl. Every week, I'm going to give you the no BS insider information about what women really want versus what they say they want, plus instantly effective methods to win over any girl you like. So you can hit that subscribe button now so that you never miss a video. Let's get started. Oh, before I dive into how to flirt with women, I wanted to take a second to highlight one key thing that may be getting in your way from even getting the opportunity to flirt. Your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teach Hanley as the sponsor of today's video, and they help men start and maintain a skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. And I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, a 2 times per week exfoliant scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer, all for $30. And my favorite part about Teach Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Their products are amazing, but you don't have to just take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from all around the world. Okay, in addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, exclusive monthly deals, and you can pause and cancel at any time, and it ships free to the US. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a very great deal. Just click the link in the description and you'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. So click that link and get started today. What I'm about to show you in this video is not something I came up with. The credit goes to my amazing wing girl, Marissa, who's well known as the world's #1 expert on the topic of flirting. And she gets paid thousands of dollars by guys who want to learn how to confidently flirt with women. And that's because she can take even the shyest, most insecure and introverted guys and turn them into flirting geniuses who can practically get any woman at will. I've seen her do it again and again with hundreds of guys over the last decade. So when she talks about anything related to flirting, I simply shut up and just listen to her. And perhaps the most important flirting lesson I ever got from her, and that she teaches her high-paying private clients, is the Goldilocks Rule. According to her, if you can grasp and learn to apply this one rule, you'll never have any trouble with women for the rest of your life. So here is what it's all about. So Marissa discovered early on that guys see no results with women. Guys who hardly ever get dates, have sex with women that they like, fall into 2 categories. Category number 1, the pal. These are guys who never flirt. They believe they're not good at it. They don't get positive responses from women. They are terrified by the prospect of rejection, and connecting with any girl is just hard work for them. They fall into the friend zone a lot. These men choose to be passive instead of active. They don't show their masculine side to women. They passively assess what's going on around them, often to the point of overanalyzing and missing out. Even if a girl just seems to like them, they don't initiate any sort of flirting or say anything remotely sexual out of the fear it's going to offend her or scare her away or they'll get rejected. They hold back on stating their intentions and eventually end up in the friend zone. If you happen to get that let's just be friends speech from women fairly often, like many guys do, and it's okay, you fall into this category. And that means you need to stop being passive and use some active forces instead. So what are active forces? We're going to get to that in a minute. First, let's talk about that second category of guys who struggle with women. First, let's talk about that second category who struggle with women fall into. So it's category number 2, which she labels as the perv. Yes, that's a little bit harsh, but unfortunately, that's what these guys come across as because of their actions, of what they're doing. Not because they necessarily are pervs, but these guys are the exact opposite of the pal. They do put themselves out there, but come on way too strong. Basically, they are uncalibrated. They don't read or pay attention to her signals. They get too aggressive and end up insulting girls or scaring them away. They haven't balanced their action-taking qualities with the willing acceptance and objective judgment of the situation around them, meaning they're not paying attention to the woman in front of them. In simple words, they haven't learned how to read a girl's signals and respond to them in the right way. If you find that women go cold on you too quickly, come up with excuses to exit the conversation, ghost you out of nowhere, or label you as a creep, I'm sorry, but you're part of this category, even if you're not meaning to. You're too active and need to balance that out with passive forces. Speaking of which, let's now dive into this concept of passive forces. And you're gonna need to watch this video a few times to fully grasp this full concept, but it totally all makes sense. So basically, these forces can be classified as behaviors or abilities that can be used in an interaction. Obviously, these are extremely crucial for you to understand, right? That's why I'm explaining them to you, and it will naturally lead into the main purpose and idea of the Goldilocks Rule. So pay attention. Here's what the passive forces or passive behaviors consist of. Objective judgment, which means being able to read a girl's verbal and nonverbal signals, being socially aware, being able to decode the feedback you get from girls so you can calibrate your actions. Number 2, conversation threading, where you show her that you're actively listening to her and then proactively sharing your own opinions and experiences. Number 3, willing acceptance, which means the ability to be okay with whatever is going on around you and the girl's response to you, even if it's not what you wanted. Number 4, deeply listening to what she's saying and what she really means. You can have deeper conversations, you can let loose and show your personality, knowing how to create trust. So when passive forces aren't being balanced with active forces, that's when you become her pal. Now, here's what active forces or active behaviors consist of. So number 1, creating initiative. That means being able to approach her, start the conversation, keep the interaction going, and being bold in general. Number 2, displaying your confidence by showing you have a healthy sense of entitlement, having 100% faith in yourself, and owning your actions. Number 3, taking social risks, being the first to be playful, making sexual innuendos, teasing, saying things that might be slightly off color, but still in good humor. Number 4, initiating touch, kissing, sex, etc., the ability to understand what's needed in the moment to keep the interaction moving forward. When these active forces are not balanced with passive forces, that's when you become a perv. Now, at this point, you might have an idea about what the game of flirting is all about. You might have to watch it several times, but your number 1 goal when talking to a woman is to simply balance out the active and passive forces to stay in what Marissa called the Goldilocks zone, because that zone is just right, just like in the Goldilocks and 3 Bears. That's the most important thing to flirting. This is what the guys who are naturally good with women do so effectively. Guys who have hordes of women chasing after them, who have no trouble getting a date whenever they want, are simply good at finding the right balance between active and passive forces and staying in that Goldilocks zone. The more time you can spend in that zone while interacting with women, the more a woman is going to be attracted to you, and everything else will just fall into place. So you will go from casual chit chat to exchanging numbers to a date to making out and eventually to taking each other's clothes off in the bedroom. And it will all be smooth and seamless, like sliding down a slippery slope. Get the pun? There will be no resistance on the part of the girl. No hesitation, no complications whatsoever. And this means if you really want to get good with girls, you need to become a master at balancing the forces and being in the Goldilocks zone. That's what your main priority needs to be. Now, in terms of how to exactly do that, well, that is out of the scope of this video. It takes a lot longer to explain, but if you're truly interested and serious about getting results with women, you can click the link in the description below and check out our flagship masterclass program, The F Formula, which was created and hosted by Marissa herself. In it, she goes deeper on this concept of the Goldilocks zone and shows you a simple step-by-step way to balance the two forces so you can avoid being a pal or a perv and create real attraction on command. Her flirting method gives you the power to walk into any interaction with a woman and flick her attraction switch so she sees you as a sexual option and eagerly wants to jump on board with it. The best part is Marissa has made the whole process so simple and easy to understand for men. It's logical. And guys can master it over a short weekend and start using this newfound flirting, their newfound flirting chops right away. Even if you've never had success with beautiful women before, even if you're a guy who constantly gets rejected, friend-zoned, or ghosted by women, and even if talking to pretty girls scares the life out of you, you can still master Marissa's unique flirting method extremely fast and start seeing dramatic improvements in your dating life. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can discover all about the F formula yourself and test it out. And I have tons of reviews on my site as well that shows you how it works from the male point of view. Over 57,000 guys across the world now trust and use the F formula. And we regularly get emails from these guys telling me how they're getting more numbers, more dates, more sex than ever before. Even the girls who wouldn't respond to their texts and ignore them in person now seem eager to hang out with them. It is truly magical, they say, and you can find that out for yourself if you like. The link is right below in the description box. All you gotta do is click on it, go to it, and find out for yourself. I urge you to have a look at it if you're serious about improving your flirting life. But either way, I'm really glad that you guys watched till the very end. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again next week.